Yekaterina Petrovna Zamolodchikova. But your dad just calls me Katya.
I thought you were going to say daddy.
Oh my god. You filthy whore. No, that's Katya's verse from Red You Wrote You, All Stars 2, Drag Race All Stars 2. Best season of the show of all time.
I didn't watch it.
You're a slut and a whore.
A traitor to all mankind.
Anyway, hey.
Hi.
I'm Nick.
I know.
You're Maddie.
And I'm Maddie.
And this is What the Fuck is Happening in the podcast.
Yes, it is. Special edition.
Elephant in the room this week is a couple.
Well, I think there's like a cascade of elephants.
What the fuck is a cascade of elephants?
A stampede,
Is
if
that
you
like
will.
a murder of crows? Anyway. Oh, I thought I wrote them down.
Oh my god. Why would you need to write them down? I think they're fairly obvious.
Well, okay. First one is we've been getting slack on the podcast.
Have we?
And we're going to start being diligent about having them out every week.
I don't know if I can agree to that.
Non-Zoom every week. We can do it. Unless one of us is like sick or has like an actual excuse.
Which we have.
This is true. But so we nearly missed this week too. If the weather had have lasted one more day.
That's true.
Anyway.
That's true.
But
again,
and
that's
also
still a
just
real
like even
reason.
with like posting on Instagram and keeping up to date with that and stuff.
Look, I want to take responsibility for that, but I can't. That's on you,
I feel
Buster.
myself getting back into it.
Love that.
It's just a lot, okay?
I agree. It's overwhelming. Social media is intense.
You're intense.
Thank you.
As Maddie said, this is a very special episode.
It is.
We are doing
A self-care.
R&R,
We are.
rest and relaxation episode, and it will contain probably a lot of burps.
Yes. I tried
That's
to
just
do one
something
then,
you're
but
going to
it
have
didn't
to
happen.
deal with.
I mean, look, if at this point you aren't used to Nick's incessant burping, I don't know what to tell you. You obviously haven't listened to enough episodes.
The way you bully me on this podcast is kind of hot. No, this is a special episode because we're recording at like 9:30 p.m. at night.
Yeah, which is like maybe not late to other people, but I'm usually in bed at this time.
It's true.
So
She's a weak little whore.
I am.
We went to dinner and we were meant to be going to see a movie, but then things got in the way
Me
and we ended up
work.
kind of just not vibing with a movie. So we decided, why don't we go record the podcast
Yes,
and get some movie snacks
we did.
and have a little rest and relaxation session.
Yeah.
And then we went to buy the snacks and it kind of spiraled. And now we have face masks and
Hot
extra
chocolate.
food. We nearly did the Sprite challenge again
I did want to, but then we
to
were
redeem
like,
ourselves.
if this is a relaxing episode, we should probably go hot chocolate versus Sprite.
That's true, but how relaxing, is it actually going? How relaxed can we get? Buttholes like a fish's asshole.
Oh,
That's watertight.
it didn't
honor
work.
Oh, I thought you meant we hadn't been recording for the past 3 minutes 50 seconds, and I was like, oh,
Fucking
that's
Madison.
the way it is.
No, the sound was turned down, so I tried to do that sound.
No,
before.
my other elephant in the room was, I can't remember if it was the last episode or the episode before that. We were talking about the Drag Race Down Under Season 2 Meet the Queens. And one of them, their name was Yuri Guai,
right.
is how it's spelled.
Uh-huh.
And both of us went, maybe it's like Uruguay, like they're from
That makes sense.
Uruguay.
Yeah.
No, it
sure.
just turns out, I watched the full Meet the Queens and it turns out, no, we, I just, little bums. Uruguay.
Oh, that makes
Yuri guy.
that makes way more
Makes way more
sense.
sense.
I like to think of us as intellectuals.
I know.
We went straight to geography.
Well, yes, okay, true. But like, we're dumb smart.
Yeah, I get told that a lot.
Like we're idiots, but we're not dumb.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
My mum often says to me that I'm the dumbest smart person she knows.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Vibes.
It is vibes. All vibes, no thoughts.
No thoughts, just vibes.
Yeah.
That's the title of that.
Yeah, I love that. I think it really...
Make a note that says, no thoughts, just vibes. Or maybe it should be, no thoughts, just vibes. No, then it sounds like we're slut-shaming. No thoughts. No sluts.
Allowed.
No sluts allowed.
Oh.
Which means you.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
And this popcorn is pretty slutty too, so I better take it with me.
So anyway, yeah, this episode is a bit of a mishmash, half ASMR, mukbang, half spa day.
I'm sure I will stop eating the popcorn at some point, but that point is not yet. Nigger's doing something really weird.
Does that sound... Oh my god, we should get into film and TV folly.
Why?
How much fun would it be to make sound effects for film and TV?
It would be pretty fun.
Have
you seen those TikToks of that lady?
Like a train going past?
Have you seen those TikToks of that lady who does like the shoe sounds?
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, she's a vibe.
She did Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Wow, she's a queen.
She is a queen. Anyway, let's
Pardon.
You said I'm an insistent burper.
That's the first time I've burped. Well, aside from the Sprite incident.
What was the drag name I came up with this week that was so fucking good?
It was Diner Food. Diner Feud.
Diner Feud! That's such a good drag name!
I don't know.
Like D-I-N-A, like diner / diner where you get food. And then feud spelled F-E-U-D, as in like a fight with someone, like a feud. But then it's obviously also a double entendre for diner food. How iconic is that?
Well, I just think a little bit like Uruguay.
But it's like, for me, it's like Uruguay.
Yeah, no, sure.
Oh, no,
I'm
still
just saying,
kind of relaxed.
like the country Uruguay.
It took us like 3 weeks to realize. In last year's Drag Race Down Under, it took us like 3 weeks to realize that Jojo Zaho is like Jojo Zaho.
What did we think it was at first?
Jojo space Zaho. Jojo Zaho.
That does sound like us.
That does sound like us. Overcomplicating it. And then I got like 3 weeks and I'm like, well, 1 week. She was only in for one episode, unfortunately.
Devastating. I still R.I.P.
Truly. They should have brought her back in and gotten rid of Scarlett Adams.
And do you know what else I should have done? She also should have been back this episode. I mean, this season.
I agree.
She should just be in every season now on.
See, in my head, my like ideal format for that is like the first out person in Drag Race automatically gets to come back the next season.
Yeah, oh, that'd be cute.
To like prove themselves. But then I'm like, then there's not really any stakes to being first out. Like people are gonna, if they get overwhelmed, they're gonna be like, well, I may as well fuck it up and get out now. And then come back next year. Does that make sense?
I mean, it does, but I don't think RuPaul would let that happen.
You reckon?
Like if they like admitted that, I think RuPaul would be like,
oh yeah.
Down.
That was a really good sound effect. Again. I would start a folly business with you.
Oh my god, should we?
I kind of feel like we should.
We have the equipment.
I feel like that'd be so fun.
I mean,
I can't do it.
Is that supposed to be pussy fingering?
That's
the way I just giggled like I said something
not.
so.
Absolutely not. Remember when I still have TMJ and I still have to do the exercises, but remember when I had to go to the mouth physio?
Yeah.
And he was like in my mouth, like massaging me.
I
like,
do.
And he was really hot.
Yeah, I remember this. You had a meltdown because you're like, wow, this is the sexiest man that's ever been in my mouth or something.
I mean, I don't know if they were the words that I used, but
it was
along
implied.
those lines. Anyway, he was so hot and he was massaging me. It was impossible. Anyway, that was a nightmare scenario for me. Unless I really get to know them over time, I can't be friends with, like, you know, Greek statue, beautiful humans.
Wow.
I don't trust hot people, is what I'm saying.
That's really fair.
You know, like...
I mean, why would you? There's something untrustworthy about them inherently.
Well, see, sometimes I'm like, I think I desperately want to go on, like, a show like Big Brother or something.
Right.
But then I'm like, they always cast so many hot people that I would immediately not be able to interact with half the cast. It doesn't matter what gender they are. If they're hot, I immediately have a wall up. You know?
I mean, like, in theory, I know.
No, because you're just good with people. You're good with hot people too.
Practically, I don't understand. Because I can't relate at all.
Just to clarify,
because
you are
I am
hot.
good with people.
You're
It's
just
too
not.
late now.
What? That's not the whole sentence. You are hot, you're just not.
He was about to insult me.
No,
I'm not a
about
10.
Oh my god, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say you're not like a sculpted,
That's true. I am squishy.
like bland kind of hot. No, not squishy. A sculpted bland. You know what I mean?
I think
Like the cast of Byron Bays. They're all boring. They're
They
hot,
are boring.
sexy people, but they're so boring.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Inherently untrustworthy.
Correct. And I can't have a conversation, like a full conversation.
I mean, I don't think they could either. Also,
Ugly people supremacy.
I think a lot of the problems of the world would be solved if ugly people were in power. In saying that, incels.
I kind of think they already are, aren't they? Elon Musk.
Joe Biden.
So he's got COVID.
Does he?
I mean, if anyone's not going to make it out of COVID.
I was going to say, that's not good. He is not a young man.
We have like the two spectrums. Joe Biden's like so old that like, God forbid, whatever.
Yeah.
He dies. And then when Trump had it, he was like, I'm going to inject myself with everything.
Literally.
And he was just jabbing needles and shit in. Mm. And I mean, he didn't really have brain cells to lose anyway, so. Because to lose them, you have to have them in the first place.
Sure, I did. I get the joke, yeah.
You're ugly and dumb.
You can cut this part out.
Oh, no.
But.
I hate having to cut stuff out and go.
No, fine. I can
I'll
tell
just
you
cancel
later.
you. Just say it.
Well, it's about my grandparents.
I just talked about my family.
No. I mean, they won't listen.
My aunt
I'll
last
tell you
weekend, here,
later.
I'll go first. My aunt last weekend went on a rant.
You have to either cut it out or I have to say it later. Yeah, go.
My aunt last weekend went on a rant about how. What did they have to do? Oh, she saw in the news on Facebook, because where else do people their age get in the news?
Right.
That people were calling for Thor: Love and Thunder to have a trigger warning or a content warning before the film because of the cancer storyline.
Interesting.
And she went on like a 10-minute rant about how people are so weak and you shouldn't be watching anything if you need to have a content warning.
Oh my God.
And I was like, so I went after her, and then she started to backpedal.
What did you say?
I was like,
oh, it was your aunt. Just your own aunt. Right. Yeah. What'd
I
you
was
say?
like, how fucking does it affect you
So true.
to have a 3-second content warning in the front of the fucking film? Most of the time they're at the end of the film. If there's suicide or something in the episode, they'll put it at the end. If you need help, call this hotline. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, and truly, if something's an objectively traumatic thing,
Yeah.
I don't see the problem with having a fucking content warning.
It's true.
It literally doesn't affect anyone negatively.
It's really true. In fact, it will
Positively affect
infect.
everyone, like a lot.
Affect.
I'm so scared of being gay right now with monkeypox.
What? Is it being transmitted through gay people?
Primarily, one of the first patients of it had was gay. And giving me my TED talk. One of the first people who had it was like gay in Europe.
Right, and so now
Maybe
people
that should
think
be
it's a
called
gay
gay in
disease.
Europe. No, and he went to a gay club and like gave it to everyone there.
Whack.
So now, because it's in that circle, it's spreading in that circle.
I just
So
don't
it's
think you
affecting
need to
everyone, but it's
I don't
being
think you
labeled as a
need
gay
to-
disease.
be concerned about monkeypox in general.
And like, if anything's a gay disease, it should be.
Monkeypox.
I was gonna say being overly sassy. This just in, Maddie says death to all gays. No, I was thinking of like, Drag Race fans
Yeah.
that are like, I don't know,
I'm
because
really
they're gay, they
tired.
think that they're the authority on drag and the authority on everything.
On gay people.
Like, no, you can watch and critique a show without tearing them down, so much just for the sake of being sassy, you know?
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who
Is sassy
uses humor as a coping mechanism.
and tears people down.
I did just spend half the episode calling you ugly and dumb.
Lucky I have a high intolerance for insults. That's not true. But I do when they come from you.
I'm literally... Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
If it's friends, I'm fine. But if it's anyone, like, I don't know. If anyone in, like, public, like, gets angry at me or someone who works at a store is like, don't touch that, I won't stop thinking about it for at least a month.
I mean, that's... I don't want to say reasonable, but I, like, would agree that I do that.
Oh, I do
Maybe.
that.
I don't know if it's to the same extent now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, you know when we were buying the snacks, you accidentally double scanned your toilet paper?
Yeah.
And then we had to wait like 5 minutes for them to come.
I do remember that.
And because we're not Karens, we were very polite and we're like, thank you for coming anyway. You know, blah, 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 blah. I also double scanned something. But I just kept going.
What did you double scan?
Just a bag.
You should have just taken a second bag.
But that felt wrong.
You paid for it.
But my intention was to buy one bag.
But you paid for it.
And I didn't need a second bag. And I thought, just in case it like flies off in the wind, I don't want to.
I mean, that's fair. You did absolutely the right thing for the environment. But I mean, and I guess also it was the thing that I double scanned was $6.
Me not letting Maddie talk challenge.
The thing that Nicholas double scanned was 15 cents. So
It's true, and yours was $6.
I did save that.
Because Maddie poos so much that she needs a 20-pack of toilet paper.
The slander and lies that I am hearing tonight on this podcast.
How much could a roll of toilet paper cost?
$6.
$10?
What did you just open?
Vegan.
What did you have vegan ones?
Yeah, they're better.
Really?
Yeah, they don't, PSA,
They're
natural
not so
confectionery vegan gummies are delish because they're not super gummy.
Fair.
They're they're soft.
Secondary PSA, chocolate and popcorn together is God's gift to humanity.
Actually, that was Jesus. And you should put some respect on his name.
Can we actually just talk about religion for a second?
We have so much pop culture to catch up on.
No, this is important.
And you want to talk about religion. If there's such a thing as religion, do you think there's such a thing as religioff?
Yeah, it's called masturbating.
Do you think atheists should call themselves part of a religioff?
I think everyone should.
You know what we should do? You know cockfighting?
Can I say my thing?
You know cockfighting?
Yeah.
Or like dogfighting?
Yeah.
We should start putting people from Catholicism and people from Christianity in a... We just let them fight.
I think that's called Facebook. Points were made.
Points were made. Okay, sorry. What were you going to say about cockfighting?
My thing was, so I had these people in here this afternoon.
I can't believe you still remembered what you were talking about.
Oh, I've been thinking about it all afternoon. I had these people in here today, and they both were Christian.
What are the odds of them having the same name?
Their last name was Grey, and they talked about... No,
I have something to talk about with 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God, how exciting. Anyway, they were just...
Am I going to have to delete this?
No. Oh, I don't think so. Both talking about... They're both Christian. And basically... I was listening in on a conversation they were having, but they were referring to God as if he was like...
Can I get a government spying on its citizens?
They were talking about God as if he's like a real person. They were like, God loves us, God does these good things. And I was like, this is weird. Like, it's like really so wild to me.
You do that in a movie and it becomes a fantasy movie.
That people genuinely... Yeah, like as if he's like a real like person, like they know 100% that he's like, that's weird.
You're going to get us cancelled by the Christians. Which
Well,
I
don't
care 'cause
mean
I
a
am
bad
one.
weird. I just mean that's so like, that's such that's so intense, you know?
I do.
Anyway, I've been thinking about it all afternoon.
Just a PSA, technically I'm Catholic.
I mean...
But, 12 years of Catholic education will make the strongest among us atheists.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Or agnostic, I guess.
Were you baptized?
honey, I was baptized the house down boots. I was christened. I was communioned. I was confirmed.
Fuck.
I did it all. One of God's chosen ones.
I feel
and now the only thing I'm choosing is chewing this popcorn.
I feel like I've told you this story before, but we went to a Catholic primary school.
But you were one of the
atheists.
non-Catholics?
Yeah. And the way...
It's like 10% has to be non-Catholic.
No. I mean, maybe. But the way that we got into the school, when Mum and Dad went for the interview with the
Jesus
principal, and Jesus was there, the priest came.
Ew!
Oh my God.
I mean, they have a reputation to uphold.
If anything is going to get us cancelled.
What do you mean? Is priest cum not like a kosher topic to talk about?
I don't.
Oh God, not me bringing the Jews into this.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway, the priest was there at the interview
Right.
and they already knew that Mackenzie and I weren't baptized. And the priest was like...
I forget this is an audio medium. I was doing the sign of the cross and, vampiring her.
And the priest was like, would you consider having your kids baptized in order to come to the school? And Mum was like, if what you're asking is, can I afford to pay the tuition every year? The answer is yes. And he was like, okay, you're in. And that's how we got admitted into Catholic school.
Wow.
I know.
Again, they have a reputation to uphold.
So true. So true.
Money. Money, money, money.
Ba-bam.
ABBA. The Pope. Have you ever seen them in the same room together?
No.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory unlocked. Do you know, sometimes I think
Oh God.
that we haven't...
Can't relate.
that our podcast isn't established enough for us to spend 20 minutes just riffing, just based on our personalities instead of actual news. And other times I'm like, we are God's gift. Like, who doesn't want to listen to 20 minutes of us
Literally.
spouting?
The narcissism jumped out.
It did.
And you have to be a narcissist to start a podcast.
Exactly.
Like, there's nothing wrong with being like a self-loathing narcissist.
Self-loathing? Speak for yourself.
Maybe we're not even narcissists. Maybe we're just fame hungry.
I would say, for me personally, money hungry. I don't know about you.
But I'm feeling 20. I'm going to vomit.
I know. I just was thinking, I was like, I'm
No,
feeling
no.
a bit full.
The sugar from the hot chocolate was like crossing the line.
Pinging around in your brain for a second.
Penis?
Penis around your brain for a second. Oh my God. The chaos. Wow. Okay, cool.
Everything's fine.
Well, let's just wrap this episode up. We haven't done our face masks yet. We can't wrap up.
Okay, let's do some news. Let's do some rapid fire news that I have.
Should I have a spicy thing?
But before we do that, I bought spicy Cheetos.
And just for context, I am the whitest person on the planet, cannot handle spice. Sometimes ketchup is like a bit much.
It's true.
So
She has to get mild milk.
that's accurate. If
But
such a thing existed, that's what I would get.
Plus. So, I mean, you literally drink oat milk.
Accurate.
Maddie let me convince her to eat some Flamin' Hot Cheeto Puffs.
I don't know how flaming hot they can actually be because they're just chips. But Nicholas just
I've also
smirked
had-
as if I'm like condemning myself to the 7th circle of hell. So
I mean, even I have to pace myself, and I'm pretty good with spice.
really?
Yeah.
Why would you say that? No, I don't want one.
You don't have a choice. You're at grave.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Not that bad. It's like,
You just said you have to pace yourself.
because it's like a...
That's fucking massive.
That's massive for you.
That's massive.
They might kill you, but it's because it's not an immediate.
Oh no.
Burn.
Okay, just give me one.
Okay.
No.
I'm so excited.
I'm scared. Can I just have half of one? Do I have to?
Whole thing. Shove that shit in. 3, 2,
I'm really scared.
1. Chomp chomp.
It's not going well.
I'm gonna be so curious if this gives you explosive, spicy diarrhea.
Nicole, if I need to spit it out.
No, you don't. Just swallow it.
It's gone bang
The heat's already there.
all the way down. But trying to. Oh no. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it gets worse.
I'm really
Much like being a gay youth. It gets worse before it gets better. Don't like it?
Is that a trick question? I think my tongue
Should I
is
pierce your tongue
swelling
right
up.
now? Well, it's numb.
It's just in the back of my throat.
You're so dramatic. If you can swallow cum, you can swallow a fucking hot Cheeto.
No, I can't. It's just hit the back of my throat.
That's what she said, and he said, and they said.
Oh, I'm really unhappy right now.
That's what I said.
It's not working.
Do you have any more chocolate?
When does it go away?
The like a couple hours. Okay. The new TV show starring Maya Rudolph called Loot on Apple TV Plus. It's like I'm assuming it's based on the Bill Gates, no, not Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Melinda Bezos split.
Isn't it
Divorce.
Mackenzie Bezos?
Mackenzie Bezos divorce. Where she
I'm dying right now and I still remembered that.
where she got half the money.
Yeah. Like an icon.
Yeah, so I think this show's based on that because it's like one of the richest men in the world gets divorced. Maya Rudolph is the wife.
Right.
And she becomes one of the richest women in the world just by having like 89 billion from the divorce.
Iconic. I never want to see Cheetos again.
So the TV show's about
I never want
her
to see.
working at one of her charities trying to like actually do some good with the money. And in like episode 2 she does some interviews and she does the hot ones.
Oh, I did.
Did you see
I
the
have
clip?
seen it, yeah.
One of the funniest scenes in television history is Maya Rudolph having a meltdown from the spicy chicken wings on this YouTube. It's so fucking funny, man.
That's 100% how I feel right now. I don't think I could go
Does
on
it say
that
what the
though.
Scrobel rating is of these?
What's the best? It's like 1.
Oh, they weren't vegan. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
They weren't vegan. I'm sorry. I say as you eat pods.
Yeah.
Nothing here actually says chili.
I mean, it's calming down a little bit, but it also has spread all over my lips.
Yeah, that's how you get the Kylie Jenner lips. You just put the hottest chilies on them.
I don't agree with that.
Plump and fresh and fun. Okay, let's do some actual news
Imagine
now.
if I was the person eating that, that super hot chili with those girls and that made them cry and go to hospital.
From like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite videos of all time.
Same.
Nothing brings me more joy than other people being in non-life-threatening accidents. Not car accidents. Like old people falling over.
Right.
Or children falling over.
Being kicked over.
Yeah, like a kid on a bike, like, falling off.
Yeah.
In a funny context, not in, like, an everyday context, just to be clear. Or, like, I saw one on TikTok the other day where it was, because it's so hot in America and the UK right now, the family put, like, a tarp down their hill and made a slide. You were such a baby. And the wife went on it and she just went flying and kept flying and ran into the fence at the bottom.
Oof.
I don't know if she was okay, but I laughed for like a solid 10.
We got the fucking funniest home video of us in Canada, we were tobogganing. Mackenzie and I were like teeny tiny, like 5 and 7. Mm-hmm. Mackenzie
Bezos.
Mackenzie goes down a track.
Right.
And he accidentally like veered off the main track and hit a tree and hit his head. Anyway, he started screaming and crying. Mum had a complete meltdown, but Dad's videoing the whole thing. And the thing that makes it so funny is that he like zooms in on it and you can hear him in the background like he's like laughing. It's so fucking funny.
Me in 10 years with Dad.
It's so funny. Mum's like, I think we have to go to the hospital, and Dad's like giggling. It's very funny. Mackenzie was fine, just as an aside.
Man, I could go for some fail videos at the moment.
So true.
In some ways, I'm just a straight teenage boy. In many other ways, I am not.
This evening when we were on walking back from...
You sounded like Swedish or something just then.
This evening.
This evening.
That wasn't right. When we were walking back from Woolworths, there were 4 teenage boys coming the other way, and Nicholas was like, we need to go to the other side of the
Literally, there was a gaggle of teens.
Yeah.
I got so scared. I'm genuine. I often, in public, get scared of being hate crimed.
I mean, that's, like, reasonable.
And I'm white and male. The one thing that people don't like is the gay.
But they can't really see that from
Well, I've never been the most subtle. Not by choice.
I mean, unless you start talking, it's fine.
I'm not like that dude from The Bachelor who, like, fooled everyone that he was straight, but he was gay the whole time, and now he's married to, like, a man 30 years his senior.
That's iconic of that man.
No, he's a bad person.
Oh. Why would you tell that story then? I wanted to root for him. Okay, pop culture news.
Pop culture news.
Yeah.
Pop culture news.
Do it.
Pop news. No, not that. Sorry, I'm trying to find a fail video.
Why?
Because they bring me joy. Is that not a fucking K?
Are you trying to find a specific one or just one in general?
Are you still suffering?
Yeah, sure. Are you? So can you still feel it like
a little
tingling?
Yeah, a little.
I hate the tingle.
The tingle.
It's my least favourite part.
Okay.
That's a lie. The burning and the crying is also pretty bad, but the tingle is a close second.
Anyway, back to when I said when I said I had some news about 50 Shades.
The new trailer for After is out too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but I haven't watched it. I don't really watch the trailers. I just
me either.
when the movie comes out, we just go.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Number one fans. So Dakota Johnson came out in an interview, I guess, in promoting Persuasion.
Yeah.
That the movie that the cast signed on for is not the movie that was ended up being made for the first one.
You mean they signed up for a movie that wasn't 50 Shades, or it just had a different script?
Very different script, very, very different tone, very different everything. Essentially, E.L. James, the author of the book, came onto set and was like fucking Bridezilla, doing everything, trying to change everything, and in the end, the director, Sam Johnson, who is problematic in her own right, ended up just saying, fine, we'll do one take in my way and one take in your way. And then E.L. James ended up forcing the studio to go with her version, which is the version that came out. And the exact quote Dakota Johnson said was,
that might be why the second one was so much better. It's because E.L. James didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know if that's true.
If I had known at the time that that's what it was going to be like, I don't think any one of us would have signed on.
Oh.
It would have been like, oh, this is psychotic. But no, I don't regret it.
Iconic.
Honestly,
not her literally out here being like, yeah, I'll tell the fucking truth.
Dakota Johnson is the definition of no thoughts, just vibes.
So true. She was the hero that we didn't know we needed.
Tea.
Yeah.
Next piece of quick news. The Emmy nominations came out. Guess what wasn't fucking nominated in any category, including acting? Midnight fucking Mass.
I've repressed a lot of that show.
But it was so good.
Was it?
The writing and acting were insane. Insane.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What did it get nominated for acting? Oh, I don't care.
You won't know most of them. It's not like you've watched them.
So.
We can go through them next week.
Okay.
See if we can get you to watch them before the awards.
You can't.
What did you just call me?
You can't.
Good lord. Okay.
I'm overwhelmed by the amount of food I've eaten this afternoon.
If you
Should we do our face masks now?
had a baby
Ew.
with a man,
Ugh.
and that man cheated on you, but you wanted more children, and you wanted them to be biological children.
Right. This is a very far-fetched scenario.
I mean, biological siblings, like
Can't
full siblings,
relate
not
to
half
it at
siblings,
all.
full siblings.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't get it.
Would you continue to have babies with this man who's cheated on you multiple times?
I mean, I don't relate to the scenario at all.
That wasn't the question.
So it would be a hard no.
Because Khloe Kardashian,
Oh, but I was going to say, but if I was Khloe Kardashian, if I'm putting myself in her shoes.
she's pregnant again with Tristan.
I don't know if they're using a surrogate, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh,
But he has 2 other children as well outside of her.
he does, which I'm pretty sure both have been born
Yeah.
within the confines of his relationship with Khloe.
Yeah. So use a fucking condom, man.
I know, right? I know, right? It's like, fuck, if you're going to cheat, fucking cover your tracks. Like,
Yeah.
not to condone it, but Jesus Christ,
Also,
it's not that
like,
freaking hard.
You're giving the risk of bringing STDs back to Khloe. That's
Also
fucked up.
true.
Anyway, I
His thing was way more morally.
people thought it was fucked up on so many levels that she's pregnant with his baby again.
Yeah.
Most of the fans are like, at what point
Yeah.
do we say, this is on you?
It's really true.
We don't have any empathy or sympathy anymore. This is 100% you making dumb choices.
Now. The time is now.
The time is now. And just, it's 10 o'clock. Just so people know that we're a little oopsie-loopsie.
My eyes are getting really heavy.
Have another Cheeto.
That wasn't funny.
And apparently she said in some type of context that she wanted her kids to have biological full siblings.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone took offense to that as well. Because it's like, are you then saying that Kylie and Kendall aren't your actual sisters? Are you saying that the siblings they have now aren't actual siblings? Like, and I do understand people being upset about that. But also, like, I think you know what she meant.
Yeah. I mean, it's stupid. It's a stupid thing to want, but, like, we all know that she wasn't saying it.
Did your ring just close?
Oh, I think it did. It says, I've reached my stand goal, but I've been sitting down for 3 hours, so I don't know why it's saying that.
I think that the hot Cheeto got you so heart rate high that
Wow.
it thought you were exercising.
Do you think that's true?
Maybe. Anyway, that's all I have to say is I think it's fucking stupid that she keeps making babies with this man.
I mean, it's really stupid that she even gets back together with him, let alone gets to the point of having babies.
Yeah, the thing is I don't even know if they are together.
I don't think they are.
I think she's going after her sisters, Courtney and Scott, where even if they weren't together, they were still making children.
Really?
Speaking of them, the Kardashians.
Yes.
Did you see that people are labeling Kylie Jenner as a climate criminal?
I did. Look, is that intense? Yes. Do I agree? Also, yes.
Yeah. So for context, Kylie Jenner, it has come out, takes her private jet for 15-minute flights.
Pretty sure there was one that was 3 minutes. It was a 3-minute flight.
So basically, the place she went to, or goes to often, is a 45-minute drive away. And she uses her private jet to get there in 15 minutes.
Horrific.
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 horrific. I think I had some stats, but I don't know if I
think
deleted them.
Look, I stand by the claim. I'm looking at my own lips in the reflection, and it's really trippy.
You're so stupid.
I definitely stand by the claim that Climate Criminal is intense, but I also think it very aptly describes that situation, to be honest.
Well, let's just move on from the Kardashians, Jenners.
Did you see Joe Biden fell off his bike?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Well, pretty funny.
J-Lo and Ben Affleck got married.
Ugh.
In Vegas.
Yeah. Well, that's
Why did you
nice
cry?
for them. I don't know. I just think it's stupid.
Why?
Well, I don't know. At risk.
It's fine. We can cancel you for a third time this episode.
I was going to say, at risk of being cancelled. I absolutely do not believe their relationship is real.
What do you mean by real?
I think it's a PR relationship.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Like
It
relevancy?
would be. Yeah, that makes sense. And I just think it's absolutely freaking absurd that people would take PR relationships so far as to be married.
Go off.
Dating?
That's like if Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello got married.
I mean, okay.
That would have been a choice.
Sure. I just think, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think there's like a line.
Really insightful conversation with Maddie there.
Well, what are your thoughts?
I think good for them. I think the fact that it's got married in Vegas says maybe they're not taking it that seriously. But apart from that, I'm like, yeah, live your lives. Work. 20-year. Let's set them free, and if they come back to you, it was meant to be.
Do you think it's real?
I think it's real, but I don't think they're taking it seriously. I
don't
think
know
maybe
what that
the
means.
marriage was a joke. Like the marriage was lighthearted, but the relationship's real. Does that make sense?
No.
Go off.
I'll share with you a TikTok page that analyzes whether relationships are real or PR.
Is it QAnon?
I don't know. It just pops up.
Netflix is making more Fear Street movies.
That's so
I
nice.
know, imagine them actually using their money well.
Wow. Those were good movies.
Oh, well.
They're going to get bad though, aren't they?
Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. The creative team stays the same.
Stranger Things is still pretty good. So, I guess they could still be good.
Black. Okay, so San Diego Comic-Con is on at the moment, as you know. And trailers are coming out and shit. Yesterday, the trailer for Teen Wolf, the TV show, the movie, came out.
Stop. Did it really?
Yeah.
That's
teaser.
amazing.
You didn't watch it?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, so the plot's
Can we watch
basically...
it right now?
Ooh, I don't know if it has copyrighted music in it.
Fine. We'll watch it later.
We'll watch it afterwards.
Okay.
And link it down below if I remember. But, okay, so the plot's basically been revealed.
Yeah.
Confirming at the Comic-Con panel, they confirmed Kira and Styles would not be back.
Oh. I won't be watching.
And you know what? They fucking...
Wait, is Derek back?
Yeah, Derek's back.
Maybe I will watch.
I would just say watch Superman and Lois instead.
I don't want to.
You know? See him shirtless in better context.
Well, maybe I do
With
want
better
to.
writing.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Is he a better actor in that?
The writing's better, so yes. Anyway.
Intriguing.
It stars Bitsy Tulloch as Elizabeth Tulloch as
That means nothing to me.
as Lois. We met her
Did we?
at from Grimm. We got their autographs for Chelsea.
Oh,
And she was lovely.
she was nice.
No, okay, sorry. Back on track. The movie doesn't have Styles and it doesn't have Kira in it. Guess what the plot is? It's a rehash of season 3B.
Why?
With the Nogitsune
But the reason that was
with
good
the
was
Oni.
because of Dylan O'Brien.
It was a Japanese mythology storyline because of Kira.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about Styles being possessed and giving the damn performance of his life.
Fucking performance of his goddamn life. That was so impressive.
Void Styles in season 3B of Teen Wolf.
Oh my God.
This is so niche. I bet no one who listens cares about Teen Wolf. But Jeff Davis, for whatever reason, has written a movie that brings back all of that. So the Oni are back, you know, the samurai demons.
Yes, I remember.
The Nagitsune, the tree. What's it with the you know how the teacher / Derek's girlfriend was like an evil thing? What was it called?
I don't know.
Druid or something?
Yeah.
That's all back.
That was such a good season of
So
TV.
they're retelling season 3B, which was entirely based around Kira and Styles. They're retelling that without Kira and Styles.
I mean, that's really bad, but also that was like a really good season of TV. Like, how could it ever match up?
And they're bringing back Allison's back from the dead.
Ugh.
Yeah, the trailer ends and it's like all dramatic. And it's, what do you call the dad? Allison's dad? Zaddy dad or something?
I think it was just Hot Dad.
Hot Dad Hunter.
He was hot. Oh my God, is he back too?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's him running through the hospital and then Scott like stops him and is all dramatic and like, no, don't go in. It's Allison. She's back. And then cut to the title card.
horrific.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Hot Dad was
Also, oh my God,
the latest seasons.
the person that they cast to be Derek's son.
Derek has a son.
We've talked about this on the podcast.
Ugh.
Derek has a son. That's the whole point. I think Scott's in his late 20s, early 30s now. So it's in the future. And what's his name? Derek has a teenage son. The person that they cast for Derek's teenage son
Am I going to be upset about this?
looks so much like Dylan O'Brien that my little steric heart, who ships Styles and Derek till the end, my OTP, is like, Derek and Styles got a surrogate. And they had a baby together, and they're in love.
Maybe that's why Styles isn't there anymore.
Because he's dead?
Exactly. He's a little clone of Styles.
No joke, though. He looks so much like Styles, and I feel like it's Jeff Davis's internalized homophobia being like, fuck you, you steric shippers. What else about it? That's, yeah. The spin-off is also happening.
I don't think there's really.
Guess who it's starring? And I feel really bad because this talent is being wasted.
Who?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, Queenie. No,
Yeah, and then
this
also
shouldn't be your intro back into
TV.
teen movies, teen TV.
I agree. She deserves so much more.
She does.
And then to wrap up the panel, they were like, also, by the way, we're having conversations to bring the show back properly. Also, oh my God, so they brought the whole cast, like, almost the entire cast back except Theo. Who was the, Daniel Sharman's character?
I don't know.
The one that dated Allison?
But I liked him.
Oh, what was his name?
I can't remember.
Anyway, him, Theo, Styles, and Kira, they're not coming back. Everybody else, including, like, Colton Haynes, is coming back.
Whack, really?
Yeah, and, like, the twins and shit, I think. And this teaser trailer came out and it showed shots of every character, but they left out Jackson / Colton Haynes.
Iconic.
And Colton Haynes got on Twitter
Oh my God.
and he was like, lol, they really don't give a fuck about me or my character.
Oof.
So I don't expect him to be doing any press for the film.
Or coming back.
Daniel
Sharman is now 36 years old. That's intense.
He's almost at an age that would make him appropriate for you to date.
Almost.
What's his character's name?
I can't find it yet.
Liam, no. Allison and damn, Daniel. Ooh. Fuck.
I've got it.
Okay, say it.
It starts with an I. S.
Isaac.
Yes! Oh.
Lit.
Okay.
Clearly a memorable character.
Clearly. He was really hot.
Can
we put these on yet?
Yeah, let me just check if there's any more like pop news, like quick news we can popcorn news.
Popcorn news. I love popcorn.
Lizzo's new album's out. It's incredible.
Is it already out?
I'm consistently in awe of how she's able to make albums that have no skips and are perfect. Some of my favorite songs on this 12-track album are The Sign, About Damn Time, Girls.
About damn time, in a minute, I would need a man, woman.
She's had no alcohol. To Be Loved, I Love You, Bitch. Break Up Twice, Everybody's Gay.
Are you just naming all of them?
I named all of them except like 4. And they're still good.
Wow.
But it's a fantastic album. I love it.
Aww.
Oh yeah, I have here that your next background working show, that you watch in the background while you work.
Yeah.
It should be Glee.
No, that requires more focus.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, because it's too good.
You mean bad good?
Sure.
That's a lie. The first 3 seasons are genuinely great television.
Yeah.
Other thing I have is there's a lawsuit going on about the theme song from the 90s X-Men animated show.
Okay.
Because it was recently used in a Marvel property.
Right.
And the judge that they got to rule on the case is like a fucking nerd.
Iconic.
So the thing he wrote up, the United States District Judge, Gregory H. Woods. I'm going to read you the legal statement.
Okay, I'm excited.
It's iconic. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters was built to defend the different. No, let me finish. Mutants travel or teleport from all over the world to shelter within the Institute's walls and learn to cultivate their abilities to protect what makes them unique.
This is like me talking about how people refer to God as a real person.
For those of us who sadly lack the X gene, copyright law provides something similar. It safeguards the rights of the unique and gifted by protecting their original creations. In moving to dismiss, the media defendants' primary focused their attention on the substance of the Hungarian opinion, challenging its accuracy with Wolverine ferocity. There's another moment where he says, a complaint need not be as solid as adamantium to survive.
Oh my God.
A motion to dismiss.
What is he talking about?
So basically he's made this legal document just sprinkled with X-Men Easter eggs, and I find it fucking funny as hell. And absurd.
That's
and ridiculous.
absurd.
I'll try and link it if I remember.
But I love that for him.
But
I
found that iconic and I just
like,
wanted to read it to you.
I love X-Men, but my life is so boring. Oh my God. Now I'm a judge on XMen Case.
Literally.
This is going to be the case of my life.
Literally. That's like you being a judge in the Game of Thrones.
And he put his whole Judge Ussie into it.
He put his whole
Judge Ussie into it. But you're right. Speaking of Game of Thrones, I did something this week.
You jerked off to Kit Harington?
I mean, when don't I? That was a joke, Kit Harington. I'm sorry. Don't listen. I was joking, I promise.
Anyway, just also, side note, the judge's statements were like compiled in a tweet by @ComicBookHerald. So thank you to that man.
Comic Book Herald, doing God's work.
What did you do this week about Game of Thrones?
I don't want to tell you anymore.
You either rewatched it or you read a fanfic?
Both. But, to be fair, I may or may not have only watched the season 6 episodes and scenes with Jon and Sansa.
Interesting choice. So all your favourite scenes and some of your least favourite scenes are in the same season? Like boat sex?
That's season 7.
How many seasons are there?
8.
Oh.
Season 6 is the best season.
Season 6 is the best season.
And I only watched the Jon and Sansa scenes.
I don't, but
reunite.
I actually think season 5 is the best season, and I find it hilarious that that's the season that Bran is not in.
Season 5 is pretty good. I will not lie.
The crypt, when Cersei makes the crypt blow up with Marjorie and all that inside.
That's season 6.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
No, it's season 5.
No, it's not.
No.
It's season 6. It's called, literally, episode is called The Book of the Stranger. It's season 6, episode 10. I would know! That's how the episode opens.
Yeah. Then I have a bone to pick with my mother. Because she was like, she's rewatching it with her friends. My mom has a book club.
Right.
But it's not a book club. It's just a movie club where her two of her friends come over.
Yeah. On
Fridays and watch like 3 episodes of Game of Thrones. Because they've never watched it before. She's watched it in full. My mom's probably watched Game of Thrones 6 times.
Uh-huh. Wow. That's impressive. I haven't even watched it that much.
She's fucking obsessed. And
she needs to read fan fiction.
I've been for like 5 years. No, longer. Because
2011 it started airing.
She started in like season 5 or 6. Yeah, so her friends come over who've never seen it before, and they watch Game of Thrones. Kind of iconic, if you ask me. What better book club than that? And she was like, we're on season 5, I think. We haven't done it in like 3 weeks, but we're on season 5. And I was like, what season is that? And she's like, with the crypt and Marjorie being blown up and all that. I was like, was that early? She's like, yes. And I was like, okay. So she's wrong.
She is wrong.
Can we go back to Dylan O'Brien and Teen Wolf for a sec?
Yeah.
Because remember when Dylan O'Brien... Make sure you're not showing your text to the camera.
No, it's a spam account.
Weird. Dylan O'Brien, do you remember when he tweeted that he was in his slut era?
Oh, that was so iconic.
Well, it's come full circle. And this week, a photo shoot for a magazine he did came out where he's like shirtless at the beach and like in short shorts and being slutty.
That's iconic.
And I just thought that was important to bring up, that he followed through on his slut era statement.
I do love a man with a follow through.
Okay. Now we can do face masks.
Yay!
Okay. Can you narrate for people that are listening?
I'm warming it up. Nicholas is tasting his glasses off. You don't need to warm it up, but I was just doing that for fun.
I don't want to be cold.
I don't know. I am tying my hair back.
I am not.
Because Nicholas doesn't have any hair, because he's a bald-headed freak.
2. Season 1 and 4:11.
What?
From Stranger Things.
Oh.
There are 2 seasons where she has no hair.
Yeah.
10 to 20 minutes. So it's 10:21.
I've eaten too many lollies. I feel really sick.
That seems like a you problem.
It does seem like a me problem.
Oh no, it's really gooey.
I would like to wipe my hands.
This is terrifying.
For context, we got panda ones, and I made Nicholas.
Oh yeah, thanks for buying these, Maddie.
That's okay. Well, I made Nicholas agree to have the more expensive ones, and so then I bought them.
This feels
because I needed them.
Central.
You're supposed to wipe your face with water first, but we're skipping that step.
We're just locking the germs in.
We are.
I can't open it.
Mine just squirted everywhere.
And she's not even talking about the face mask.
I mean, we were.
Oh, it looks like a clown.
Doesn't look like a panda?
I'm kind of a girl.
I'm so excited. I cannot express to you how excited I am. I haven't done a face mask in so long, and I have some at home, and I was planning to take them.
The scariest thing I've ever seen.
Okay. Anyone who is... usually I would assume people listen to this on the audio medium, but I beg of you this episode to watch it on YouTube.
I'll try and make this a preview on Instagram.
You have to.
Okay, for people just tuning in, for context, we're doing face masks because it's 10:30 p.m. on a Saturday night and we have no friends. But we do have this podcast and you guys. So this is, our relaxing is these fucking clown-faced panda masks. Have you seen that poster for the horror Winnie the Pooh movie?
No, I haven't.
It looks so fucking much like that. Okay, ready?
Mackenzie and I watched...
She's leaking.
Chip and Dale this week.
Oh, was it good?
It actually was.
Yeah, that's what I said, and you didn't want to watch it.
There was a bootlegged...
Winnie the Pooh and Sonic?
Yeah, but there was Winnie the Pooh was at the end, and he's... I can't even remember. I think it was named Winnie the Pooh or something like that. It was so fucking funny.
Oh no. Why is my mouth hole so small? That's what she said. Imagine, like, going on, like, a sex date with someone and rocking up in this.
Oh my God,
Give me that penis. Your mouth is coming out your nose. There you go. Okay.
What are you doing?
Making my mouth hole bigger so I can talk. Do I look sexy?
This is the greatest thing we've ever done on this podcast.
I can't figure out why we're single. I can't put my glasses back on, so you look more beautiful than ever.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see how I look. I just saw you in my camera. And I don't know if I want to know how I look.
I can't breathe. I'm getting panda juice.
No.
I'm getting panda juice in my mouth.
Never say that again. Ever. I look like a fucking one of those scary masks from the Heath Ledger Joker movie.
Yeah.
Oh no.
My skin feels way more moist already, though.
Oh, and my Face ID is not recognizing me in my true form. Okay, everyone, welcome to the World of Marketing. We're going to record a quick behind-the-scenes video for Instagram.
Are we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, stupid. Okay, what am I... Okay.
Bubble.
Okay, this is a mysterious reveal of us. We're recording a podcast right now.
Live on national.
Well, not live. This is a
radio.
pre-recorded video, but we're posting it. It's Saturday night, 10:30 p.m. We're recording a
So
podcast.
late.
And we thought we haven't recorded in person in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate. I need you to stop doing that with your fingers. Surprise! Can I...
The panda juice.
So horrific.
You look so funny.
So horrific.
The panda is choking me. I can't breathe.
I don't have words. This is...
I need to go to sleep now.
We broke Maddie. She's forcing me to do this. Do you want to see what you've been doing? You've been going...
Stop it. You're making me cry.
And it's like if I wanted to perform oral sex on a panda clown, there are better ways to do it.
I'd pay for it. Ugh.
I'm sorry, this is haunting. Audio listeners, okay, we'll stop talking about it in a second, but this is deeply haunting. This is deeply haunting.
My tummy hurts.
You're a real panda!
Oh no, it's in my eyes. It's in my eyes.
You're so stupid.
It's in my eyes.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm
Oh,
sad.
no. We need to move on. We need to move on. This is... Okay, we're gonna move on to a serious topic.
I can't.
We're gonna talk about speeding while driving.
Okay.
Okay. So the Australian government has started putting out ads to prevent young people from speeding while driving. I got this ad on Reddit.
Is this one of those ads right now?
This is one of the... Don't do drugs. But I mean sugar.
I have to break the nose.
I mean sugar. Did you know they discontinued pods in New Zealand?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Target you. So there's... This
I've
is...
mutilated my panda.
Not to say that again. The Australian government is like trying to be like youthful and hip and cool in their marketing campaign. So they made memes.
Right.
But I don't think they understand how memes work. So this is a post that says, if you find yourself in a situation where your friend is driving dangerously, call them out.
Lol.
And then the meme itself says...
Oh, no, that wasn't it.
No. The meme itself is a classic template.
Oh, God.
And it says, when your friend is speeding and driving like your life doesn't matter at all.
Is that from the real government?
That's from the real government.
That's embarrassing.
It's like, I don't think they understand how memes work. This is not an extreme reaction. Memes need extreme reactions, and this is... Are you looking at yourself in the podcasting microphone? Yeah. You're insane. Anyway, that's not how memes work.
Look how high the eyebrows are. Sorry.
Okay. I came across a post speaking...
Yeah.
On Reddit this week, I came across a post that analysed how Mean Girls is.
Okay.
So Reddit user...
Compared to what? What was the control group?
Every other movie.
Oh, right.
User Lundgren's Fron. I can't see the whole name, unfortunately. I'll link it the post below. But basically, they rewatched Mean Girls and counted all the mean moments and logged each of the main characters' screen time.
Right.
Predictably, Regina is the worst as she does something mean every 1.53 minutes she's on screen.
Wow.
Janice is really close behind.
Really?
Saying something every 1.59 minutes.
Wow. What does she say? I didn't think she was mean at all.
So, the amount of mean moments. Regina is number 1 with 31 mean moments in Mean Girls.
Wow.
Side characters don't count for me. Janice has 18 mean moments.
Huh.
Damien has 15.
All right.
Katie has 15. Gretchen has 8. Aaron has 3. And Karen has 2.
Oh, I love Karen.
In the film, in its 93-minute runtime.
Is that it? Wow.
There's a mean moment every 1.26 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Which is quite a lot of mean moments.
Yes.
Yeah. And I thought that was really interesting. Regina has 48 minutes of screen time and she does something mean every 1.5 minutes.
Wow.
Janice has 30 minutes of screen time and does says a mean comment every 1.6 minutes. Damien, 30 minutes of screen time, does something mean every 2 minutes. Katie has 82.3 minutes of screen time and does something mean every 5.5 minutes. And that's all. That is all. I thought that was fascinating.
Did you watch that TikTok video of that lady who worked out whether or not Liam was actually supposed to be the frontman of One Direction with maths?
No.
It's really funny.
I don't really care.
Well, it's the same vibe as that, so...
There are more pressing matters going on right now. Like my mouth coming off.
I know, I had to rip mine open.
That's really dark.
It is.
Okay. Okay. What else do we have to talk about this week?
Do you know what's really funny? That your ears are on your head. That's where they are. That's your ears.
My ears aren't up here.
The panda ears.
Yeah. Mine are here.
Oh, thank you.
There's here.
Yeah. But on the picture, it's like part of your face.
What?
On the picture, on the panda picture. See my ears here.
This is somehow chaotic and nothing is happening at the same time. Why does it have eyebrows? Anyway.
I know, right? And they're so weird too.
Let's wrap up by doing a watching.
Wow, we haven't done that in so long.
Because I couldn't finish Persuasion. We were both going to watch Persuasion and review Persuasion. I couldn't finish it.
I did. I liked it. It was really
I probably
pretty.
will finish it, but I had more pressing matters.
It was a pretty terrible adaptation, I will say, though.
See, I don't have any...
I haven't read the book, but even I know it was bad.
I don't have any emotional attachment to the source material, which a lot of people seem to.
I just have general emotional attachment to Jane Austen.
Fair.
I've never read Persuasion.
Fair. But yeah, from what I've seen of the movie, it's a little too... I mean, it's rated G.
It's very...
I feel like the tone doesn't match what they were trying to do.
No. There was a scene in there where Dakota Johnson is literally like, he's a 10 and I never trust a 10.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Me energy.
Okay, you're right. But also that was like very 2021 of you, you know?
Yeah. I think that they tried to use very in-the-moment references in a film set in the...
Well, I think
1800s?
It could have been. They could have still had the modern vibe, but also the 1800s vibe. But they just kind of like half-assed both of those things.
Well, see, I think
so it just felt very like shoved in.
I think there's a difference between that and like Dickinson on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like the references have to be not so in the moment.
Yeah.
That by the time the film is released, it's no longer relevant.
That's true.
So much as they need to be modern language and modern jargon and stuff, you know?
Fair.
I think that's where it fucked up. It was a little too in the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I will finish it though. At some point. Did we watch something else? Did you watch any more Miss Marvel?
No.
I really need you to.
I will. I'm going to eat a lolly.
No, the last thing we reviewed on here was Love and Gelato.
What a time.
Okay, what else have you been watching? Because I have a few things I've watched.
I don't think I do. I watched some Game of Thrones.
Did you watch any films?
Transformers. With Mackenzie. Chip and Dale.
Chip and Dale. You said Chip and Dale was good.
Chip and Dale was good.
Such a stimulating conversation we're having.
It's 10:30 at night.
We have a podcast to do.
I don't know. I didn't watch anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about things I watched.
I did start to rewatch Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition.
Oh yeah, I like the extended.
It's so long.
Yeah, it's a multiple sit down.
It is. Yeah. I only got like 30 minutes in.
Okay, I'm about to go off on some shows.
Okay, but be so ways. Fast.
Okay, so
just name the title and then move on.
No, I have passions.
Then I have to go.
No, you don't.
You can lock up.
The new Apple TV Plus miniseries Blackbird starring Taron Egerton is fucking phenomenal. Be serious.
I am.
I'm genuinely passionate about these two shows I'm about to talk about.
Well, I was going to say, I did just get a free Apple TV thingy, my Plus-y thing with my new phone, so...
Yeah, you get like 12 months, don't you?
Only 3 months this time.
Yeah. Okay, well, the 3 shows you have to watch
no.
Blackbird, Severance, and Loot.
No. I want to watch For All Mankind.
You want to watch the show with 3 seasons out?
Yeah. And a hot guy, and also it's about history and space.
You're so annoying.
Those are my 3 favorite things.
Okay, well, I'm about to be passionate about these shows, and I'm going to make you watch them.
You're really struggling over there.
I'm so struggling with this.
When was the have you ever worn it?
Oh, we meant to take this off 10 minutes ago.
We don't have to. What's the worst that's going to happen?
We die.
That's never...
We turn into pandas.
That's the best thing that could possibly happen.
Go off.
Aside from the sore tummies all the time.
And like being constantly horny. Or are they never horny?
Sure, let's find out.
No, pandas are never horny because they always prefer to eat over sex.
Wow, maybe I am already a panda.
You're telling me you're not horny?
Well, it's not that, but I would prefer to eat over have sex.
What's that? You know Miriam Margolyes?
Do pandas get horny?
You know Miriam Margolyes, the British comedian / actor?
No.
In Harry Potter and stuff, she's the plant teacher. Anyway, there's a quote of her saying...
Someone, I don't know how to pronounce that name, so I just won't, says that more than 60% of his pandas are now capable of having sex on their own, up from just 25% 20 years ago.
So they don't like sex. Miriam Margolyes is got asked in an interview, would you rather have sex or eat a squash or something like that? And she was like, well...
Oh, this is the Harry Potter lady.
Yes. She was like, well, if...
I've seen this.
If the sex was really good, I would rather have the sex. But if it was a really good squash, I would rather have the squash.
And she was right.
She was right. She's a fucking icon too.
She's an icon.
her cameos that she does is
The cameos that she does.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Please do.
So okay, so
and then
Blackbird's
we
starring
can go
Taron
home.
Egerton. Not only is Taron Egerton insanely hot in this, like insanely hot in this, he's fucking phenomenal. The performance and his accent in it is maybe the best British person doing an American accent I've ever seen. It's fucking phenomenal. And the show itself is also iconic. It's
What's it called?
Blackbird. It's basically a murder mystery type thing.
Freaking love a murder mystery. Okay, I'll watch it.
Where he goes to jail for drugs, for smuggling drugs. No, for selling drugs. And
That's a bit boring.
this FBI like basically says, we will cut your 10-year sentence now if we can move you to maximum security and have you befriend this guy who we think did these murders and is in prison for doing these murders, but recently his case has been reevaluated and he's being let out because of a mistake or a mishap or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you can befriend this man who we think is the murderer and get him to tell you where the bodies are hidden, we will cut your sentence right now.
Wow. That's cool.
So it's basically about him having to create this persona and going to the jail and befriend this potential serial killer, and like befriend him without spooking him and doing all this stuff. And it's really, really fucking good.
Is it?
It's really compelling and intriguing. Okay.
It does sound good.
The next show I'm about to talk about.
Okay. Is it as good as that?
It might be the best show I've ever watched.
Wow, what's it called?
Severance on Apple TV Plus. Full season out now. I don't think I've ever been so engaged. Engaged, enthralled, interested in the mystery, just like in awe of a show as I am by Severance. It is, in my eyes, the perfect TV show. It's so fucking good.
You haven't said what it's about.
Because I don't want to say too much about it. I want people to go in blind and
Well, you're not really convincing.
live the full fantasy. I'm telling you,
Hey!
it's in my top 3 favorite shows of all time now.
I accidentally was doing a voice.
It's in my top 3 favorite shows of all time now. And I'm obsessed with it. And I need you to acknowledge this.
Actually, I think it's panda juice.
I don't have spit on my lip. It's panda juice.
I got it.
And then I put that back on. It's going to go there again.
It did.
Anyway, I'm telling you, as my bestie, this is potentially my favorite show of all time. And I need you to acknowledge
I acknowledge.
my feelings.
Okay.
I need you to acknowledge
You are
this.
valid.
Severance
Very true.
is fucking phenomenal. The performances are phenomenal. The tone is phenomenal. The story is acting, fucking everything. It's absolutely absurd and insane, and I cannot get enough of it. I binged the whole season in 3 nights, I think, which for me is a lot.
Oh, I love that dude.
It stars Adam Scott, Patricia
I love
Arquette,
him.
John Turturro, and Christopher Walken, and Britt Lauer, and so many more iconic people. And essentially, the plot is it's an alternate universe where everything's the same except this Microsoft / medical company has created a way to sever people's consciousness in between work person and outside person. And it's essentially their pitches. We've created a way to perfect work-life balance where once you enter the premises, inside you has no idea who you are on the outside and vice versa.
I could vibe with that.
And essentially it creates all these moral problems, and it makes... I don't think it's a spoiler to say that at least that one of the characters, who's played by Britt Lauer, her name's Helly, and she's severed at the beginning of the first episode, and essentially she quickly realizes it's a type of hell where she can't escape because she gets in the elevator to go home, and then quite literally the next second she's coming back down the elevator to go to work, and she doesn't know what they're working on and what the outside her. It's like I didn't want to explain it because it's really hard to explain, but it's insanely good. Like, insanely good.
I do like that dude. He's pretty sexy, so I might give it a go.
It's fucking phenomenal. And also, like, thrillery, like, psychological thrillery where it's, like, tense.
Love a tense.
I just, truly not a single second of this where I was.
Did you see that Splendor in the Grass got rained out?
Yeah. I mean, I'm tempted to laugh, but I think people have made fun of them enough. It's not like Firefest where they made that situation for themselves. This is genuinely unfortunate.
I do feel bad they spent so much money.
And the artists too. Casey Musgraves is here for 48 hours because of this.
Oof.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do our What the Fuck of the Weeks. Everyone listening, watching, I need everyone to watch Severance because I just genuinely cannot. I look insane right now.
Yeah.
I'm being so passionate about a
so
TV show.
I'm Lady Alice when I'm
No, we need our What the Fuck of the Week. My What the Fuck of the Week this week.
I don't have one.
I do. Is Bill Shorten and the Conservative parties in Australia.
I have one.
I kind of have to give context to do my What the Fuck of the Week, and that context is that Bill Shorten.
Bill Shorten.
Where is it? I have it written so that I didn't.
Bill Shorten. Bill Shorten. Bill Shorten.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically there was a pilot program in 3 hospitals in Australia where they changed, for people that were pregnant and giving birth, they changed the terminology on the form when you're going into labour from mother to birthing parent. As far as I'm aware, this is equally parts gender neutral. And also sensitive to the fact that not all women giving birth are mothers.
Right.
Some are giving up for adoption, some are surrogates. You know, there's a lot of emotional aspects to it that I think should be considered. Anyway, Bill Shorten and the Conservatives in the government have basically had a meltdown this week in public that the woke mob is being snowflake and fucking fools for letting this pilot program happen where it's being birthing parent instead of mother. So they basically repealed this and stopped it.
Oh.
And it's like...
Oh, that's a shame.
Your hatred for trans people is blinding you to the fact that not every issue is about one thing.
It's really true.
And whilst I think it's fucking disgusting that they hate trans people just for existing, I also think that most of the time these targets on one marginalized community affect a lot more people.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm just trying to say that they fucking suck. And I think this thing that, whilst I'm sure not perfect, but could have, you know, saved heartache for some people in being misgendered or the giving birth to a child that they are not keeping kind of thing, could have saved some heartache. I don't know. Like, it's a pretty harmless thing.
Yeah.
Just changing the terminology from mother to birthing parent. It's really not a big deal. It doesn't hurt anyone.
It's really true. I think even, like, if you think about, like, in the specific case of surrogacy, when they genuinely do not have any genetic, biology with the child, it's like they are physically, like, they're not the mother. Yeah. Like, what? They're not even a parent. They're just the birthing vessel. Yeah. You know, it's like physically
and I also
inaccurate.
I also think it's just another way of shaming women who are not keeping their child.
Yeah.
To essentially say that, like...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I do.
Even though you don't want to be and you're not, you're a mother kind of thing. You know that? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
On a lighter note, completely unrelated. In fact, I would go so far as to say it is inappropriate to follow up that with this. My what the fuck is, who thought it was a good idea to make a face mask that had a panda on it. When I said I wanted to buy these, I just thought the panda on the front was cute. I didn't realize there was actually going to be a picture of a panda on the face mask. And it's been really intense to stare at you for 30 minutes with this panda face on.
Yeah, I'm not going to recover from this quickly.
I can only
This is going to be something I have to bring up in
same.
my next psychology session.
I hope that you do, in fact.
I hope. And the fact that you're also blurry to me makes it all a little more haunting.
I mean, I would agree in the haunting sense, because I've never seen you without I've got lolly hiccups without glasses for so long, and it's really uncomfortable.
Go off. Okay, can we quickly say goodbye while this falls off my face?
Okay, goodbye.
Okay,
thanks
for listening. If you want to follow Maddie, you can at Lady Alice 101 on Instagram, TikTok.
No one cares.
If you want to follow the pod, you can at WTF podcast on Instagram and TikTok.
You're going to be able to see
and
that
YouTube. All the links are down below
video.
as usual. NIC_sushi on everything for me. And that's that.
Thank you very much for listening to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast.
Thanks for dealing with us in our late night disassociating moods.
Midnight skies, the road I'm
Because we've been
taking.
doing all this late night talking about anything you want.